Hello guys, you may know me from playing Satisfactory and some other factory games, and I have to admit I'm going to be super critical of this game because I think it has a lot of promise, especially with it being released to early access, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll know whether it's worth buying. So for those of you who don't know, Dyson Sphere Program is that awkward love child between Factorio and Satisfactory whilst Supreme Commander listens in next door. In fact, I'd be tempted to throw in Off-World Trading Company too, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. This game was created by Youthcat Studio and produced by 5 very talented game developers. And without spoiling the story, the game sets you off micromanaging the harvesting and processing of a little planet in order to send up resources to build a Dyson Sphere around a star to harvest the energy it provides. Also, no, I haven't built the Dyson Sphere nor been to space, and this is a review based off of my first 10 hours in game streaming it on Twitch. But on face value, it's surprisingly deep and arguably has a good 50 to 100 hours worth of content available at launch, and the devs have a lot more planned. But just because it's got plenty of content, it doesn't make it a great game, or for that matter worth a buy, and truth be told, the game feels very clean, and I haven't encountered a single bug, which means it's better than 90% of AAA games. There are things that need to be refined though. I find the control scheme a little clunky, but this will be resolved when they add the optional key bindings. The mech you control has to be fueled, otherwise you walk around as if encumbered. And okay, yes, I understand the mechanic behind it, but it feels like it's just not necessary. And maybe this is something that could be used for when your character's moving around at a running pace or flying, because man, walking around can be so slow sometimes. I mean, even when we're flying. Anyway, once you land on the planet, you find yourself harvesting resources and researching in order to produce the necessary items to build the Dyson Sphere. Yes, it sounds Factorio-esque, and there are many similarities, but one thing that sets them apart is the art style, with 3D view that allows for some vertical building, and also it's a very beautiful art style, which I can't get over this right now. It just looks so good. I love the planet look. The panels in game do feel like they could be cleaned up, and constructing requires you to have all the items for the building to craft it, and then build the building, which just slows the game down. I'd much rather be able to construct a building with one click if I have the resources available, even if that does mean that it takes extra time to actually construct, so long as it automatically uses all those materials. Eventually though, you'll want to automate everything, including the buildings that you're producing, and this can be done through various research unlocks and then setting up construction lines. And this is where I have another problem. The maths and working out the ratios, it seems too complicated, and I feel it could be simplified. For example, the harvesters harvest 30 items per minute per node that they're covering. The Mark 1 conveyors transport 6 items per second, whilst the smelters produce at a 1-to-1 ratio, which translates to 60 per minute, and the assemblers run at 0.75 times production speed, translating to 45 items per minute. And the power is run at a percentage. This just makes an efficient factory pretty difficult to produce, and I truly believe the maths could be simplified, such as the conveyors given a speed per minute and making a choice between decimals or using percentages when it comes to ratios. Really, this just refines the game, and I have to stress this doesn't spoil the overall feel, but it would go a long way to pleasing those of us out there who have this obsession with efficient factories, which unfortunately I guess I'm one of them. But let's be fair, if the worst I can say is the maths need unifying and the controls at times are clunky, but this will be fixed soon, and that the panels can come across cluttered, then I really can't complain. To be honest, I'm nitpicking because this game is so good. I mean, the music is chilled and gives off a great vibe for the game, although I would like it to be constant rather than playing on and off every now and then. And again, despite these large tech trees and the fun running around building these logistic networks, I've really only scratched the surface. I'm 10 hours in. I mean, there's hardly enough resources on this planet alone to build a Dyson Sphere. Oh no, actually, that's a really good point. So once we've spent hours, like dozens of hours harvesting this planet, we'll head over to the other planets in this solar system before looking to our neighboring systems, until we've conquered the whole galaxy in our unquenching thirst for energy. When I say conquered though, I should mention enemies are planned but not currently in the game, and to be fair, that doesn't matter, because with a procedurally generated galaxy of up to 64 star systems, and with optional node concentrations that go up to infinite, you're going to have a lot of automation to do. And this game is all about expansion, so get out there and expand. However, that in itself does give me my last worry about the game, and that is as we get further and further into the game, and we start adding more items to all of our planets across multiple systems, that we may see dips in frames and considerable dips. However, this is an early access game. This is what we need to remember, and optimizations will constantly happen. And with that said, I really can't stress how surprised I am by this game, and though there are things I feel it needs to work on, the goods by far outweigh the negatives. And I must say, if you enjoy any factory logistic based game and are looking something with RTS sci-fi elements, then this is definitely a win, especially whilst it's on sale. Anyway guys, that's all we have time for in this video, so if you did enjoy it, please do drop a thumbs up, and obviously if you do want to see more of my content, I'm happy to say we will be covering this more in detail, both on YouTube and during our Twitch live streams, so do check me out over there. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and special thanks to all of our amazing supporters, most notably our Solar Eclipse patrons, The Calamity, Bo Papa, 1979 and Cerebral Tag, as well as our Lunar patrons Matt Lippard, Chris McCabe and Lord of July, and our Blood Moon of the day, Papa Snoozy. Anyway guys, until next time, as always, ciao for now.